One. Ellume is the first at-home test to receive emergency use EUA at the FDA in the United States. The Chief Executive, Dr. Parsons, is with me, joins me from Brisbane via Skype. Sean, it must be early for you by Jingo at the moment, so I do thank you for getting up early to talk to us. Look, the issue now is twofold, isn't it? It's getting a test, getting a result that is I mean, sometimes you need it just to know if you've got COVID, but often you need it because you're going to travel. How does your test fit into that?
Yeah, hello, Richard. Thanks very much for having us. It is fairly early over here, but great to be talking. So we have the first at-home test for symptomatic and asymptomatic people, adults and children, to test themselves if they find out to find out if they have COVID. It's a really simple to use test which connects to your smartphone. You walk through the test in a 15-minute period, and you receive a result there and then, with the result actually available on your phone. So this is, obviously terrific in terms of enabling people to find out if they have COVID, but then also being able to demonstrate that result to, important health authorities. Travel authorities is one of those, but, employers and education facilities and all of those other scenarios where being able to show your COVID status is important.
Many viewers, myself included, are confused. Now, we know that you get a PCR test. Everybody wants a PCR, the holy grail of COVID testing. And then you've got the rapid PCRs, but then certainly some countries won't accept rapid PCRs. What would your test be considered as?
So the two big categories are PCR, which is amplifying a piece of viral RNA, and then immunoassay, which is detecting a piece of viral protein. So the PCR tests are very accurate, they're very slow, and they're very expensive. The immunoassay tests are far quicker, and the good ones, of which Ellume is certainly one of those, our home test is one of those, get close to PCR, but not quite there in terms of those very low viral load patients. So sorry, you go.
Yes, would you, I mean, obviously you need to get more besides to find out if you've got, which of course will be splendid to have this, that you can do in 15 minutes at home, will be extreme. 90% accuracy, frankly, is good enough for most of us who go about our normal daily lives. But as long as these other organizations are still insisting on this PCR, I mean, do you need to try and convince them of the urgency of accepting the immuno ones that you're talking about?
So our tech is high-performance fluorescent immunoassay tests. These have been quite widely championed by a number of key opinion leaders, such as Michael Mina. They have huge advantages in terms of that rapid time to result within the community. And on the back of our emergency use authorization from the FDA, we've been very much inundated by expressions of interest. In particular from consumer groups in the US, but also very much from companies looking to have a means of quickly and relatively affordably testing their workforces to reduce the chance of COVID being transmitted at work.
When do you expect? Because you're at real. You could have the problem that many CEOs wish for, which is not being able to keep up with demand. And how quickly can you make these tickets? How quickly can you distribute them globally? And how much will they cost?
So we've spent a lot of energy winding up our manufacturing. We're on track for 250,000 tests a day this quarter, this calendar quarter. So we're winding up. We do have line of sight to 1 million tests a day mid-year, but there's obviously an awful lot more work to go into getting us to that point. We have had support from the US National Institutes of Health to help accelerate our manufacturing, and that has been very important. In terms of distribution, there are significant discussions underway with a major distribution partner to help us scale that in the US especially, and we hope to be talking a bit more about that in due course. So we feel like we have a good pathway to market to get this product out to America. And how much will it cost? Look, the target price ultimately is a $30 test, is where we'd like to see, or around $30. In the beginning, when we're supply constrained, I think it will be a little higher, but we would, we very much want to make this as accessible as possible to America to help get people and the economy going again.
Considering I've just spent 120 on a home kit that I had to send away and get the result 2 days later, I think $30 is a bargain. Thank you, sir. Kind of you to join us on today's programme. Thank you.